everyone, this is your local stream with 𝍊🍆🍊 over here, back at it again with another YouTube video, and today I wanted to talk about Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, because I've just started playing the game on stream, and I honestly never really started with the vanilla version, I already started with a modded version. So today I wanted to talk to you about the top 5 mods that I think everybody should have installed when they're starting out the game, just to make the game a little bit more fun, a better experience, and overall just revamp the game that is already 10 years old to make it a little bit more modernized in terms of looks as well as user interface stuff and experience-wise. So the website where most people get their mods, as well as I am, is Nexus Mods. You will need to make an account there, but it is free, or you can also purchase the premium account for I think €4 or €5 a month, which will give you the perks of downloading mods faster or downloading a whole collection of mods. Before you install any mod, be sure to also install Skyrim script extender SKSE64, because most of the mods will actually require you to have this one installed, as well as this next mod, which is the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch. This is also very crucial to install if you've bought the Special Edition package, because most mods do rely on this one as well. In general, if you're installing a mod and it says that you have to install a certain kind of mod to make it work, be sure to install it, otherwise it will mess with your game and with your mods, and probably they will not work or the game will not work, which happened a lot to me. So learn from my mistakes. Don't make the mistakes that I did. I've improved. So the first mod is honestly a very crucial one for me, and it is Sky UI. Sky UI will alternate and change the whole UI sets of Skyrim, because the original Skyrim UI is very old and outdated, because the game is honestly 10 years old, so it's very understandable. But I can only say I have reread the books that I had in my inventory 1,000 times before I even sold them, because I didn't know if I already read them, and I gained the knowledge and information from that book. So this one will honestly improve the gameplay so much more, and it's gonna make the Sky UI look modern and sleek, and your inventory management will be so much better, as it is made very intuitively and user-friendly as well. So let me show you. So you will find Skyrim UI as one of the most downloaded mods of all time on Nexus Mods, and you'll just click on Files and download it right here from Mod Manager Download. You can honestly use it with both Mod Organizer and Vortex. It is the same. You just need to have an account and have linked both accounts with Nexus Mods. Then you click on the Mod Manager Download. Be sure to click download, and then if you don't have the premium download, click slow download, and it will automatically pop open a link, and you'll just accept that one, and it will pop open in your Mod Organizer or Vortex mods, and install it, and you just need to enable it. So as you can see here, this is the old UI. It is very clunky and very unorganized. It looks very old, and honestly, for me, it's just a no-go. So you go from this one into this one into this one. It's just very unorganized, and you don't really know what's happening in this UI. As well, for the inventory, there are so many things, and you don't have any information other than the name, and you have to individually go onto each weapon and see what type of damage they make, what their weight is. If you're overloaded in the weight section, it is very difficult to just drop things on the ground, because you actually have to go through each and every single thing, look how much it's valuable, because maybe you want to sell it, and how much it actually weighs. So Sky UI will improve all of that. Also, as you can see right over here, you really don't know which book you've already read and which information you've got from the book. So you will have to revisit every book and read it again before you even can sell it. Alright, and once you've installed the SkyUI mod, this is what you will actually see in the game now. Everything is very clear and organized. You have, if you're gonna go into your weapon inventory, your weights, the damage the weapons are gonna do, how much it's valuable is, how much it is valuable, and it's already gonna be sorted by name. You can sort it by type, by damage, by weight, or by value, which is very nice. So you don't have to think about it too much when you're trying to sell stuff in a bulk. Also, if you favor some stuff, will be much more legible, because you can also sort it by what you've got in your inventory, what kind of spells you have, and by the potions. So as you can see right here, we can have it in from the inventory. Everything from the inventory will be shown up as much as helmets, weapons, and stuff like that. As before in the original, you had everything just in one place. Then you can sort it by potions. Every potion that you favored will be listed there, and by the spells, every spell that you've listed there, which is so nice and so convenient, because it's just gonna improve everything so much. So, as a second mod that I can really recommend for people that have already played the game more than once, or who had to have restarted the game multiple times, even if they've never finished, that mod is called Alternate Start, Live Another Life, and it is gonna give you an alternative start. You're not gonna land in hell. You can totally skip that part, and it's gonna throw you into very different kinds of scenarios, allowing you to choose a different path and roleplay your character from a fresh perspective, which is very nice if you've already are done and over with the normal one and you really want a new kind of start. So here you will see the Alternative Start and Live Another Life mod. Install it like usual, and then you will have just a different kind of experience with it overall. So for this specific mod, you're not gonna be thrown into hell. You will have a totally different kind of a start. It will appear as any normal starting point in the game, but you will not have an active objective telling you where to go and what to do next when you're already pursuing a main quest. Talk to the innkeeper when you're starting out and ask for rumors, and they will send you to different kinds of quests. You will be told a generic rumor about Helgen and told to travel there as well. You can simply go to Helgen, or just don't do anything and just pursue how you want to play the game. As a third mod that I can really recommend you to install will be Better Loot, because the game in itself, when you're starting out, it will not give you any good loot, and it really got on my nerves. So installing that mod really improved the overall experience as well, because you only got one or two things when you slayed an elk or anything, and with Better Loot you get at least two to four items or 3 items. And the loot that you will also get out of jugs and chests will be much better and will improve the experience so much more, because you can sell much more valuable items afterwards. As you can see, this is what we had previously. So if you slayed an elk, you only got an elk hide and venison out of it. And with the improved better loot, you will get elk hide, large antlers, and 2 venisons, just to get more out of every item. As a second example, Saber Cat, you only got Saber Cat belt and the tooth with the vanilla game, and you will get the Saber Cat eyes 2 times, a Saber Cat pelt, and a Saber Cat tooth 2 times with the better loot installed. As you can see here, this mod edited the loot tables of almost all creatures, and some enemies makes their loot and loot amount more realistic. For example, elk with large antlers now always drop large antlers, which didn't always happen, and up to 5 slabs of venison, making your hunting and looting a lot more realistic and immersive. The 4th mod is for all of our magic people out there, for all of our witches, for our wizards, for our wood elves, for our high elves, whoever wants to use some magic. And that is Mysticism, a magic overhaul. And it's gonna improve every single aspect of the magic system in Skyrim. And it will make it so much better, because Honestly, beforehand it was more focused, in my opinion, on weapons, and now you will get a lot more value out of magic as well, which I really like. They buffed some spells so that they are much more on a heavy attack. They will damage the creatures or the enemies a lot more, and as well as any other type of spell. A really nice mod for all of our mages out there. And as our last mod, I will show you one that is actually my favorite, because it's gonna give the cities a new overhaul, and it really looks nice, and the cities look so beautiful. So JK Skyrim will actually be an overhaul mod for all of your cities and towns. It covers the 5 major cities: Whiterun, Windhelm, Solitude, Markareth and Riften. It will give it, like you see on my down below, it will overwork all the aspects. It will make it much more of a lively city. The textures are improved. The whole aesthetic is improved. It just gives it a much more realistic looking feel to it. The towns of Riverwood, Dragonbridge, Everstead and Rockford are also overhauled. It will also make it look a little bit more lively, as well as the open villages near Falkreath, Morfall, Downstar, Winterhold and Skull Village. And as one 6th mod that I really like, and that makes it much more realistic for me personally, is the Vivid Weather mod, which just improves the all-round weather situation that we've got in Skyrim. It makes the rain seem a lot more realistic. You can install also the water mod at the same time, so the water looks a little bit more realistic, and the weather is also like gonna behave much more realistically. So Vivid Weathers is the largest overhaul of the weather, and as well as the visual overhaul in Skyrim Special Edition, which is very nice. It overhauls all the Skyrim weathers and landscapes, as well as adds a bunch of new ones into it, with some custom effects like snowstorms, snowflakes, blizzards, thick fog, which makes it just seem a lot more natural and realistic looking. So Vivid Weathers is actually one of the biggest overhauls in a weather mod, as well as the visual overhaul as well in Skyrim. It adds a bunch of new effects like fogs, blizzards, snowstorms, snowflakes, distant rains, and it also overhauls the landscapes and adds a lot of new textures and bushes with all of their own custom effects. It includes all the features from the real Skyrim snowflakes, vivid clouds and fogs, and offers a comprehensive compilation of multiple weathers styles found in other weathers mods. It uses cinematic color correction to make it seem a lot more realistic, as well during the night, as well during the day, with the, like you see just now, the flames of the torch being much more realistic, and the night being a lot darker and more warm because of all the flames of the torches and the fires. So I hope this, like, kind of a guide, not even a guide, but like the mods that I prefer using, helped you out with installing some of like the most basic kind of mods that I do enjoy as well. And yeah, leave a like if you liked the video, or a follow if you liked it. Also, I'm currently playing Skyrim over on Twitch, so if you would like to come and join me on there, it's a very chaotic time. I love it. There is so much happening all of the time. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!